Once upon a time, a boy walked into a bookstore. It was an evening, and the golden orange lights shone through the windows. And it was a dusty bookstore. He reached down and took a book. And then he flipped through the pages. Now, to anyone who passes by, this might look very ordinary, but inside the boy's mind, a story was coming out. Words from the pages jumped out and created a scenario. Characters started to come alive. And all the while, the boy didn't know that he was spending a good half of an hour at the bookstore. Fellow Toastmasters, I guess, have you guys ever had that sort of experience? Yeah, right, it's reading. To me, reading is a very important and essential thing in the growth of a human being. In this speech, I will cover what reading means to me, what it means for the world, and the future of reading. Quite deep stuff, right? Now, let's turn the clock back when you were a baby. Your mind was a black void, very empty, and probably your creativity looked something like this, as barren as a desert. Weird, right? So what did your parents make you read when you were a child? Any ideas?
Cat in Hat.
What?
Cat in Hat.
Cat in Hat.
Dr.
Yeah.
Seuss.
Dr. Seuss. Puss in Boots. Any others?
Waldo.
Yeah. Hey, wait a minute. What did all of these books have in common?
Where's Wally?
Other than cats?
Poems.
Yes! Fairy tales, poems, and only cats. They had pictures like this. I'm hungry. Weird, right? When we were young, we slowly grew our imagination. When we were toddlers, we could read on our own. Well, at least some of us, yeah. And over the years, our imagination grew into this. Isn't it exhilarating? Nice, right?
Yeah.
But wait, that can't be it, right? That can't be the end of the story. Of course, there's more to it. As we grow older, there are two types of books that we read. Fiction, non-fiction. And in fiction, there are many genres: fantasy, science fiction, detective, horror, thriller. Well, technically thriller is a bit related to horror, but you get the idea. And there are many key examples in our lives. For fiction, I read Harry Potter, The Hunger Games most recently, and George R.R. Martin's A Song of Ice and Fire, better known as Game of Thrones. Cool, right? Yeah. All the characters inside, all the words inside, they grew alive. But what can we talk about? Non-fiction. Non-fiction is good, don't get me wrong. As you grow older, you want to fill your mind with lots of knowledge. Here are some books you can read. How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Or Outliers, my favorite, by Malcolm Gladwell. I read twice. Or there are other books. I can name a lot. So why is reading essential? Why? Come, give me an answer. Because it grows our creativity. And it grows us as people. That's what we all do, right? A personal motto of mine is to grow is to live. And that's what we're all doing on this earth. But these days, the world has changed. Take, for example, this clicker. Isn't technology amazing? But I'll get to that later. Right now, how many of you guys have seen this? Toastmasters magazine, right? Yeah, it's amazing. Full disclosure, I've never read it before. Until 1 week ago, when I was informed that I had to do my P8. And I had no idea what to do at all. So I just flipped through, and I came across this article, how to be a speechwriter. Oh man, this issue is like March. Wow, yeah, I'm late. But the point is, this is an article that I read and helped create this speech. Is it interesting? which means two things. Number one, start reading your Toastmasters magazine if you have them. Number two, you can learn anything from any written form. And that is the place that reading has in this world. And now, let me talk about the future of reading. You all have your phones, right? That's good. You guys have ebooks? Yeah. People call them digital paper because not only do they save trees, but they're very convenient, very compact, and they're actually cheaper than actual books. Think of the amount of trees you're saving. But does it beat the feel of a book's spine? The spine would probably be the casing of your phone or the casing of your iPad, whichever one you prefer. And that's interesting, right? That is the future of reading. E, you just stop at E in front. But wait, there's another one. Recently I picked this up, 15-minute philosopher. And now we have fast food in this generation. KFC, McDonald's. And now we have fast books. It took me 2 days to almost finish this. Is this the end? Is this the end of books, of knowledge as we know it? I don't think so. But I can guarantee you this. These two are going to fight very soon. And in the future, we might even see the e-textbook, and e-learning, and e-everything. But is that really a bad thing? You're still reading, right? You're still learning, you're still growing. And Harry Potter and all that can still be e-books. And that's the magic of reading, ladies and gentlemen. Because reading is like what Stephen King said. Books are a uniquely portable magic. I'm ending off now, but I want to give you guys some thought to go home and read something and feel the joy that you once had as a kid. Be anything, picture book, anything. Thank you.
This thing sucks.
It's actually kind of an interesting topic because for me, my favorite genre is actually